Hello and welcome here to Southeast Asia ESL Pro League Season 7 close qualifiers. Here with you on a match on Cash, first map between Recca and Alpha Red. Tonight I am joined by Dreamboat as my co-caster and Mitch on production. How you going, Dreamboat?
I am doing pretty well here, casting this game from the comfy seat in my home in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. It's currently 1 a.m., but there's nothing I'd rather be doing right now than watching what should be a great game of Counter-Strike.
That's what I like to hear. Nothing like sleep takes precedent over something like Counter-Strike. Currently only 8 o'clock p.m. for me here in New Zealand, so a bit of a time difference, but I'm sure it won't affect us.
Well, you know, like, I eat Counter-Strike, I sleep Counter-Strike. My girlfriend gets mad at me because all I ever do is Counter-Strike. So, you know, it's just par for the course for me, you know? Just got to sit here. And these two teams, I think both are pretty solid. They've played some games here, and they should be in for a good tilt.
Yeah, looking at previous matches just from these qualifiers, both teams seem pretty evenly matched, both taking 2-0 losses, respectively, from either way. But they've also won 2-0 against other teams, so such an even matching is definitely going to make this really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we do have everybody in the server, so they should be getting ready to go into it pretty soon. And that's what I like to see when everyone's there. It's not one of those things where it's like, okay, where is their missing player? You know, it's going to take an hour and a half to connect to the server. You know, I have this time. I can go out, barbecue a steak, make some hamburgers, eat them, and he still isn't here. We at least have everybody, so it's a good sign.
A bit of a Thailand versus Asia game here for Southeast Asia as well. I'm not sure where each player is from respectively, but country v country sort of issue here. It's not a domestic affair for this match. So I guess it's a pro scene versus pro scene, if you will.
Yeah, we'll find out who's got the better scene, Thailand or Indonesia.
Well, currently, the side of Recca is roasting their AFK teammate in their spawn. So I think teamwork not really going too well here in the pre-game before the match starts.
Well, I know Frost Misty's standing still. They're jumping on his head. He's low health. What can you do? He's might have had to go, take the dog out for a walk.
Cook a steak.
Cook a steak. Yeah, he could also be doing that.
He's got time.
Yeah, there's like 40 seconds left in the pregame round that will inevitably lead way to another pregame round, which, well, I'm pretty sure chat will go ballistic as soon as Frost Misty actually shows up, because he's currently just staring straight forward. He's got his kill confirmed, and hopefully he can confirm some kills for this team, and I definitely like to see him pop off right at the beginning. That's what you'd like to see, is getting, the start off on the right foot, and maybe he's just doing a ritual. You ever have a ritual when you played games, GBJ?
Not really. I guess back in my day before TF2, I'd just get myself hyped up, try to shake off the shakes. Same thing before a cast, really. Is this the game starting here? Players suiciding, might be going for a... Not sure what's happening with the mass suicide of the CT team. Team suicided just to avoid playing through that knife round.
Mate, I love knife rounds. Knife rounds are the most fun thing, because you do the dumbest stuff, like you run boost off people's heads, and I always loved playing knife rounds. I always felt they were just you got to have fun right before the game. But speaking of having fun, neither of these teams are going to do that. They're here to win. Fun is overrated, and we are live into the pistol round. Recca is going to be on your CT side, Alpha Red on the T side, right off the bat here.
So we've got one man in mid sitting on white box there, as T side pretty even right now. Got some players towards B. Bomb is at B, and the two players sitting in A main, ready to see what they can do about that two-man defense as the smokes do come out onto site. Possible fake, because there's no bomb rotation from the side of Alpha Red from B. There is pistol spamming coming through at Alpha main. Eeyore and Supersys not pulling out anything drastic as the A main rotate comes through now as the bomb's pushing out on the site. Frost Misty, two great kills straight onto B main. The bomb's dropped so far into sight. Excellent from him. That two-tap completely shutting down the first wave of offense from the T side here. Shots are exchanged. Mariels picks up one, but Vita is traded and returned by Frostmisty again. It's off on a 3K. Meanwhile, Nitz takes down Rosal. Frostmisty, last one on the site. Can he finish off the defense that he's been trying to hold the entire game? He's taken the fight with Mariels, hasn't finished it off. Super Sis coming in from behind to support, gets him low. Frostmisty getting the kill. We could potentially get an ace here, but Super Sis is going to take down Nitz there to finish that round. 1-0 to Recca.
Well, the key player in all of that was Eeyore. He actually went on the flank behind. He didn't manage to connect his shot on Nitz, but he was actually doing a great job distracting them. He pulled him off of the site, so all it was Meryl's trying to fight his way out, trying to brawl his way through two people on the site. But pulling off that support anchor was so huge. And now Alpha Red, they've gotten 5 Deagles. It could definitely do a lot of damage, but I don't know. I'd like to see at least one CZ75.
Something else interesting, they all have armor as well to take on these SMGs. There's a couple ARs from the side of Recca there, but see what these Deagles can do. They've got to get the 1Ds, so they want these to be a worthy buy. So we do have a 2-player hold near Z there and mid, 2 players on B, and the 1 player on A, which seems to be where the Ts have clustered up the most. And it's trying to make a sneaky play out of sneaky there, but didn't get anything done. No opener. Mariels has actually picked quite wide through A main here, but he can't see anyone as Eagles just walking onto the catwalk. Might be able to get in a gunfight if he decides to peek. Just be watching sneaky there as Vita actually takes down Rosal and a quick 1-dig.
Yeah, I mean, these Deagles have done a little bit of damage there into Rose. They're definitely going to be looking for some more impact, but they do have not the easiest task that they're going against. There is 2 rifles, still 2 UMPs as well, which could shred them, and a decent amount of utility right now. Sis is going to find one. Nitz is actually going to trade out that kill very quickly, and they're condensing on the site. Nitz hits another nice 1D right there into Super Sis's face. And now this is a nice man advantage, and they should recover one of these rifles. Vita's looking for it. He's actually going to hold off, pick off Boozin, and it is just Frostmisty. The guy who had a very nice job and pissed around with a 4K, looking for a little bit more. He's got the M4. This is completely workable for him, and he gushes him up through the wall. Could around the corner, finds 1 kill. He's looking for more, though. He's got 3 more to find. He doesn't have a kit. This is probably too much to ask, and he may actually elect to save this, but he's going to keep doing damage. He's found the kill onto Giggs. Time is so low, he shouldn't find any more, but he might do a little bit more damage, take another kill. He's looking, and he's actually going to fall to 7's big, fat Deagle to the face. Nice job, though, by Nitz and Vita opening up this round.
That was a great set of digs from pretty much every player there on the T side. Deagle's working very, very effectively. Questionable buy at first. Such an expensive buy after you lose that first pistol round, but I mean, it worked really, really well. Surprisingly, it took down every single player on the CT side. They lost all their SMGs and rifles, and now their money, it's down the drain completely.
Yeah, and I mean, the real pain is losing 2 rifles on top of that. Fortunately, they weren't actually recovered by Alpha Red. All they get out of that is a UMP on 7. So, it's not the worst thing, but it is still a lot of money to spend just to have it immediately be gone. Here, with the way that money is, you're probably going to see Recca. I'd like to see them probably force up, just because I think they're in a double eco situation. And yeah, you can see that's what they're kind of chatting about. Frostmisty's now gone to the CZ, so we're going to see the force coming out of Recca, trying to respond quickly with a round. And worst case scenario, they were going to have to save next round regardless.
Gibbs does time out there, so we do have a pause coming out. I want to highlight, this is very, very interesting. 3 players on the side of Recca, 0 kills and only deaths, whereas Frostmisty 6 and 1 death.
I mean, like, on one hand, that is kind of noteworthy, but the other thing you have to look at is Frostmisty got 4 kills straight into pistol round. The Deagles hit some really nice peaks in none of the weaponry that the CT side had is a 1-shot kill. So the fact that there were 4 1Ds coming straight out of Alpha Red, it's kind of excusable for 3 of them to have no kills right now. It's going to be an issue if that's a trend that carries over. Maybe not this round, they're on pistols, not the next round, they should be saving. But into the next gun round, the gun rounds after that, if you start to see some of these players struggling to get kills, it really can put you in a rut when you get 5, 6 rounds in. Because now you're starting to think, God, like, I'm just getting run over. I'm not able, like, what's going wrong for me? Like, you need to take that kind of second to have that little bit of introspection. and the kind of mental fortitude to try and push through that. It's definitely a trend to watch. That said, again, we are 2 rounds in, so it's not, the end of the world that 3 of them don't have kills right now.
It's also a question of adaptability. I mean, if you're going to B side every round and you're getting railed, you kind of need to switch things up. Maybe swap with a teammate, play it differently. We'll see what our team does manage to do better than that. Like you said, it's really early to call this type of thing in the rounds, but it's still a pretty standout effort with that 6 kills and 3 no kills from CT players currently. Still on the pause here, waiting for Gigs to reconnect, having a bit of a timeout issue. Hopefully it will be resolved soon.
Yeah, and when we say timeout, it's the connection thing. It's not the fact that his mommy walked into his computer room saying, you got to go take out the trash. Not that kind of a timeout. He's having some network issues by the looks of it. Hopefully that will be resolved. I know that Southeast Asia and especially Australia, not known for the world's greatest internet out there.
Hey, can't all be Canadian with super pipelines of internet.
Canadian internet's not that great either across the board. It's really the United States that get the good internet. We only
true.
just got fiber.
Oh, really? I wonder if these Southeast Asian players. I wonder how the Southeast Asia. I'm actually kind of interested. I never looked into how their internet performance is compared to Australia and New Zealand.
I'm assuming it's much better.
Yeah.
Depending where you go, basically the big tech countries, Korea, Japan would be 2 that I expect would have amazing internet. Some of the less known for their technology really could be another story. This is coming from a completely uneducated Canadian, so.
Gigs has rejoined into the server now, so hopefully we should be getting this game underway very soon. Just coming up with what he wants to buy here for this bit of a eco round, unless they haven't decided what to buy yet. Their bank accounts are strong enough to buy ours, and there we go. Mariel's opening up with a good little AK on Nits and Mac 10s on Vita and Gigs 7. Going to retain that UMP from that fourth round win, that Deagle. So we'll see what happens versus the Pistols on the CT side. 3 players towards the A site, 4 Recca and 2 on the site on B site. It's going to be a mirrored sort of defense and offense between these 2 teams for the opening here. Spam going through the smokes, but nothing's going to get achieved quite yet. Advanced position being taken up by the CT and B main there. Standing all that spam, and it's working. I doubt they know that he snuck right in there. 2-player push into Squeaky now. They're going to take out Nits quite handily, covering the AK, which is very unfortunate as the B main executes. Going to come out now, popping in through vents. Vita picks up Frost Misty, but he's going to get a trade onto Gigs as well. Bowsen's stuck in CT there with the Deagle, unable to connect any shots. He does have the backup now, but the smokes have popped off, so the rifles are there to defend the site. I don't know what the chances of the CTs being able to make a push here. Vita's going to pick up a Mac 10 kill there onto Super Sis. Looking very dreadful as all CT players are stuck in CT, so kind of dire, but looks like they do want to go for some form of an execute, especially with that head armor and AK.
It's a 3v3. Their money's not great. It is definitely worth going for. Mariel's, though, with the 2 Galil kills, is going to make this a lot more hairy. ER tagged up very heavily. He is going to have to run away. So why you poke and prod with the people that don't have, a real weapon, is you try and put some pressure in there to see if, okay, maybe we get a kill. Now we make things interesting in a 3-on-2. Maybe we get 2 kills, it's a 3-on-1. The fact that both players fell instantly meant that he could kind of peek out, maybe get 1, and he did, but there wasn't really a chance for the 1v3. It was really kind of the right play for them, but a nice round for Alpha Red to recover despite losing that AK super early.
Vita did actually go down at the end there, so he's going to rebuy some weapons. It's okay though. He's got the money. Look at his utilities on the T side, going absolutely nuts. Only 2 smokes on the CT side right now, and a little bit of armor on Eeyore. Meanwhile, pretty much a full buy outside of the Mac 10s on those players that survive. All have armor, all have great utilities, so definite obvious advantage coming out here for the side of Alpha Red, as we do have shots being exchanged in mid. CT players knowing not to peek that. They've got no digs for the 1 digs. Eel's just got that all-powerful AK.
Well, in Eeyore, what he did is he took a little bit of a push in towards A main, which got them so much information. He spotted nothing. So look how stacked they are towards the B bomb site right now. Oh, Veda is going to rip his head off. But there's still a lot of people that kind of surprise these T's if they're not careful, if they don't check their angle. Looks like Veda's going to find 2 more kills there. 7 gets 1. Well, 7 gets both of them as well. Just a clean round for the AKs. You know, I'd almost rather see them try and suss out the site with the 2 Mac 10s because you're not giving a lot in the, you know, in the way of like a kill bonus. And if you get the kills, then you're helping your economy that much more. But they elect to get all 5 with the AKs. What can you do? And we are now into the first gun round, and they're hanging on to those Mac 10s, or at least one of them.
Interesting pick. That Mac 10's really not going to be effective outside of very close quarters against these CT players' rifles. Only the one M4A1 is very underused rifle after the M4 was popularized by most players. Not a lot of utilities on the CT side there, just 2 flashbangs and 1 smoke remaining outside the defense. Shots being exchanged all over the map right now. It's up to the T side to decide what they want to do. Do you have that one player in Squeaky just slowly walking through? He's got that Mac 10. No players to contest him right outside the door, apart from one peeking him from Forklift now. He's the last one on site. If he picks that door, he's going to be done for. There's 1 kill going away. The CT's Vita's going to go down. They have bomb control in Garage as the player is sneaking through Garage. He's going to run to Mariel's with a knife out, takes him down very quickly. Still got control of that bomb, but he's got to wait for backup or just back away entirely and listen for Gigs to hopefully go grab that bomb as 789 does go down in vent there, and that leaves Gigs and Nits, who's Mac 10 and secure himself a rifle. As Gigs is going to pick up the bomb there. I'm not sure if the bomb was spotted in Garage, but he does get taken down by a rotating 2 CTs. Roseau and Cross Misty. Roseau getting both kills there, the final kill on Nits, and that's going to be another round going the way of Recca.
Yeah, and I mean, really, what I liked what Alpha Red tried to do early there in that round. They had that 1 Mac 10, so he was putting on a little bit of pressure through Squeaky. The downside is they put aggression into mid. They didn't clear out vents, and one of their players got punished for it. Vent player got out free. That left man advantage for Recca, and they were already down a rifle at that point with the player still on the Mac 10. Was going to be difficult for Alpha Red to try and take that round. But they are buying right back into this. Giggs is stuck on a P250, but everyone else has AKs. So I'll be curious to see if Recca are expecting this quickly.
They do have that 2-man A-site hold with the massive T-stack. Let's hear Squeaky open this. The Molly's going to go out as the execute's happening right now. Eeyle's got that really surprise spot. Takes down 2 players. Gets traded by Vita. Supersys taking down Gids at the same time. Vita picks up 2 kills on both Eeyore and Supersys, but gets traded by Rosa. Nits versus Rosa. She takes him down. New box there. That's going to open up a world of opportunities for him. Potentially if he wanted to rotate through B, but he's going to stay and take down Bowsen there. Last player going to be contesting it from Truck. Knows where he is. Nits goes down to some handy shooting there from Frost Misty.
That was a really patient play by Frost Misty, not peeking out there. Part of the reason that Nits lost that was because of him not peeking. He saw the 1 player coming from Truck. Didn't see the 2nd player at Truck when he peeked it, so he had to expect kind of other opportunities of where he could be peeked from. He checked A main as he went to check it. The well-timed peek from Frost Misty came out, and he found the kill nice and easy there to close out the 1v1. That's a big round for Recca to win, too. Breaks the economy of Alpha Red. They got no money right now. They forced up to a couple pistols just to kind of buy down to around 2K. And this should be another round for Recca, unless there's any shenanigans coming up from the 2 Eagles.
I mean, yeah, those Deagles are going to be a massive influence on this round if they're anything like they were on that force buy earlier in the map. 2 Deagles, Nits and Vita, both with those 2 Glocks as well. Mariel's got 2 flashes and a P250, so he's their utility player for right now. They're just holding towards A. It's going to peek into mid, isn't going to connect with anything there. So they are stacking towards this A site for some form of execute. They don't have anyone holding on site. On the side of Recca, just a player sitting on Truck watching A main, so he's going to spot them out quite quick. The flash coming out, he's going to get a little bit of damage into 789, but it's not going to be anything significant. He picks up Vita with a handy headshot, and it's waiting for him to peek. Just misses a 1D, but gets gushed himself down to 17 health as that rotates coming out from Recca now. Alpha Red setting up for the defense. Do have Nits waiting in A main, but no one's rotating through that way. It's all highway and Truck. Long-range fight's not going to be very advantageous for this pistol wielding T's, but Bowsen with the AK is going to pick up 789. Gig's going to get taken. Gig's going to take down Rose AU. Mariel's left on the back of a new box now. Takes down one player with that P250. He's got Eel and Frostmisty to fight against now. The bomb's on his side, but he just gets rushed and caught in a crossfire. Easy win there, and good retake from the side of Recca. That's going to make it 4-3 going to the side of Recca.
Yeah, and I mean, the big thing is Alpha Red got everything and then some that they wanted out of that round. One of the downsides to playing a 1-3-1 on cash is when you get into a round against pistols, you're not expecting it, you basically give up a bomb site for completely free. Because of that, Alpha Red got the plant, and that was everything that they were looking for in that round. They didn't want anything else but that bomb plant. The fact they managed to get 3 kills on top of that is just gravy, and now they have a very strong buy. The AWP comes out on Gigs, and this is really going to be a crucial round for them.
Actually did swap out that that wall pass, taking a quick peek into mid onto Vita there. She's coming towards B main, just going to spam through the smoke. Catches Frostmisty a little bit, but not enough to make anything happen from it. As the rest of his team sort of more closer leaning towards A as he's setting up for a smoke to secure his backside. Sends out a flash as well. Maybe trying to fake some sort of push as the A main, they've really clustered in now over there as Eeyore is going to get a nice pick onto 789. 2 players in Squeaky. Nit's going to take down Super Sis there. Actually, Rosel's going to take down a player that's accompanying him. Mariel's going to pick up one coming through A main there, rotating player. Both T players left 51-52. Rosel's stuck highway. Another player sitting on truck there. There's a long rotates coming in from Bowsen, I believe. He's going to be walking in, changes his mind up to highway. Bomb, fake plant, not going to trigger anything. Rosal gets flashed. Bomb's finally going to go down now. Nitz has got an advanced position. He's going to have to challenge truck that way as well. 2 players coming highway. Rosal's going to get a nice opening kill, and he's going to rotate very quickly, snap straight onto Mariel's, take him down. Another clean retake onto the A site from Recca.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things that I can attribute to the falling of that round was that they wasted a molly unnecessarily. They threw it at forklift when they already had a guy standing there. What that molly then allowed is it bought time because counterflashes came in for the CTs. They were able to delay things a little bit. They faked the plant, but they don't have any of the mollies that they need in that after plant situation. It was just unnecessarily burning a molly where they already had a player. Cost them a little bit in that hold, and because of that, Recca are able to retake quite well. Now they get the big green gun, the AWPs on a Rose, and it's only 5 AKs for the T side, and they're going straight aggressive right through mid right now, and they walk out. Mariel's finding the kill on Rose. Nice shot there. Frostmisty will trade out in vents, but that's all he's able to do, and that's huge picks right now for the T side.
There's only 2 players sitting on this B site behind that smoke as the T executes coming through now. They've got the 1 player rotating through heaven, but who's going to have a massive effect on this remains to be seen. As 789 suddenly jumps straight in from Trench. Super quick kill on the site there as Super's just going to trade him out from heaven. Eeyore, they don't know he's still there. He was sitting behind that smoke. They had no idea. He had such a sneaky position there, but he's going to get killed when he's trying to switch cover. Well, on Supersys now from CT versus those 2 players. They don't have control of the bomb, but going to make it onto site now and hopefully secure some sort of win, and Gigs is going to take down Supersys quite handily there. The CT as they get that bomb plant, extra money from that one as well. Crucial play there from EO sitting behind that smoke, not letting them know he was there. He saw a few players too, but so patient, and it really paid off for him. Yeah,
absolutely. Just had patience, worked out. And unfortunately, Supersys tried to go through the smoke. Someone was watching it, and now we have a force up here from Recca, just buying down again to the 2K, not trying to spend too much money. But we need to see a little bit more out of Boosin. Yeah, they have the lead right now, but he's got 1 kill through 9 rounds. You definitely know he wants to step it up. Very wisely, though, right now. The T's slowing the pace down, just waiting to see where push comes in, and that's going to be Gigs getting the kill on the Frostmisty. Mariel's has moved up highway, finds one as well. Nice and easy, and now they're just mowing them down. This is a very clean anti-eco.
Frustrating for the CTs taking 3 of their players so low. Just 1 more tickle would do it for them, but not going to get anything done as Bowsen's rotating very, very long. Looks like he wants to go through T spawn, but I don't know if he's going to get anything accomplished with that, as he's just...
He could actually find Gigs. In fact, he will.
Wow.
Gigs was low HP. He was doing the right thing. He was watching the flank, but because of that, he did a lot of damage, not enough. He might actually find more depending which player peeks him first, but it's going to be the full health 7. Gets dinked up, sure, but it's only the CZ75. Not going to get the kill off of that.
There was 4 players actually tagged down to 9 health or 25 health. One more hit would have done it. Definitely tell it would bring out some frustration from the T side there. Either way, not too bad of an eco. I mean, they didn't really accomplish too much, but I mean, not really much they could do in the first place. 5 AKs, great utils and armor from the T side now. Sticking towards the A site. No significant pushes from the CT. Actually, as I say that, pushing through A main now, we do have 3 players taking peeks, but there's not really anyone to challenge them as they've quickly rotated. Look at that movement to B.
Look at this. They're going to fall back. He's going to hear this. He should have opened the door. He's not actually going to do it. Never mind. But the B hit's on. Boosin is in sight with Frostmisty. Frostmisty's peeking out, trying to bait it through. And Frostmisty finds 2 very lovely kills. Looking for a few more, trying to derail this push. And the flashbang's good. Doesn't manage to find too many of the kills. It's still a 2v3. One of the players, though, is on the A bomb site. This is a really rough spot for Giggs to be in. He just needs to buy time for this flank to come in. It's going to be massive for Nits. Can he pull it off?
Well, the thing is, like, the CTs would have no idea because he didn't let anyone know he was there. He didn't peek Squeaky when they were rotating off, which would have been crucial. As the flank's just going to be coming in now. Giggs shift walking his way into sight to get that bomb plant down. Nits, look at this flank onto Rose. He's going to one-tap him. He was looking for other kills, but couldn't spot anything out that quick. He's going to probably pick up that AWP maybe to hold that sight as Eagle's going to push straight on the site for his shot. Baits out the first few shots, waits for the peek from Kevin there. Doesn't actually get either kill.
He's flashed himself. He fully whited himself, and because of that, buys time. Supersys just waits it out, finds that kill, but that's just an absolute nightmare. When you throw the flashbang out, it doesn't catch the player, so he knows exactly where you are, and you're just a sitting duck, full white on that site.
So unfortunate missing that pop flash I assume he was going for. That's going to be a very tearful existence after that. You do have a pretty weak buy from Recca now. Some from Masters, not a lot of utilities, but being said, 789's only got that Deagle. Great utils and rifles otherwise. UMP is going to come out as well. Still an effective weapon, still something to be feared, but not sure if it's going to be able to hold up against something like a FAMAS or an M4, which is abundant on Recca right now. Not much going on in this first opening rounds. We've got some exchanging of shots towards mid and a bit of a stack towards A from the T side as 789 is going to pick up an excellent one-tap on Rose. Now there, that was great from him. Very quick pickup on that D as he was stuck on Cat. He's not going to pick up anyone. Gets taken down by Nets real quick. Vita's going to pick up someone else with the AWP. And now 2 rotating players from the B site, Bowsen and Frostmisty. Frostmisty, the player to fear right now. Picking up from truck. Vita's watching it from a bit of an off angle with that AWP. He shoots and moves, and he's going to know that someone's there. Frostmisty's going to pick up Giggs. Takes a little bit of damage, but nothing significant. Marios is up close, and he's going to pick him up quick, but Vita actually is going to get that kill. 789 pushing into CT now, looking for Bowsen. Bowsen hidden away in the crate, so he's going to stand up. Marios, nice tap onto him. There's 3 players remaining for that round. 6-6 even right now for this first map with this best of 3.
So the really crucial player on that A hold that fell apart was Supersys. He was in a solid spot at MBK fence. The downside is mollied. He had to drop the smoke there, and because he dropped that smoke, it was so evident that he was there that they pushed out, spotted him. There was nothing he could do about it. He was just, systematically denied, and he didn't have the teammates' utility to support him. Because of that, Recca's gone back onto the force. They're actually forcing down completely because they're in a double eco situation, but it's not going to matter as Rose picked off by Mariels already.
Yeah, once again, like the first kill of these rounds have been really, really crucial in what's happening for the T side. They usually get those quick opening kills and are really fast to adapt to it. Really good at reading situations, and it's working really well for them. As the bomb's being left at spawn, they're going to rotate to go grab it now and go see what they want to do against these pistols. They do have 2 players sitting in checkers, not checkers, in sunroom at B. As Vita's going to pick up an AWP kill onto Bowsen there in checkers. There's 1 player sitting in checkers, might be able to surprise someone coming through vent, but no, 789 is going to pick him up. Frostmisty is going to pick up a player with that UMP and Vento. Nice 1 dig on a 789, peeking checkers there. He's going to get another 1 dig. onto Gigs there at B main, holding the site like a madman with this Deagle. He's got both players and checkers to watch out for now. He's pushed out into the open a bit more, which is a bit curious, and Nitz is going to move out on checkers and take him down.
So why he pushed out there? Why he pushed out there was the fact that he knew both players were A main. He heard the movement in checkers, and he knew one was A main. He was going to be peeked from both angles. Sitting in headshot, there's not a lot you can do to isolate that. What he tried to do is get over to below heaven, so that way he can only be peeked by A main, and he'll have to wait out, you know, get the chance where maybe he can get the 2 shots off. Didn't work out that way. The push was timed with the flash properly, so that he was just caught in the middle of nowhere. I like what he was trying to do. I probably would have rather had him just go back on the site though.
Yeah, the peak does come out quickly through mid here. 789 picks up Bowser. Mariel's getting Rose. Nitz taking Eeyore. Frost Misty's going to get a bit of a trade, but Nitz is going to pick up Super Sis in return. As Frost Misty stuck here at Truck now. Bombs at B, though. See what he wants to do. Maybe pick up Nitz, but Nitz, he knows. He's just getting out of there. Probably looking for some sort of rifle lying around. He'd pick up and use in the next round, but I doubt he'll get too much done versus double AKs and an AWP. That's low health though. Frost Misty peeks him in the right way. They spot each other then. And this is going to close out the round with a quick kill onto a lurking Frost Misty.
I'll be honest, I feel kind of bad for Frost Misty. He's done such a great job on the CT side. He's at 17 and 10 right now, but he's just not having the support he needs from some of his teammates. Boosin really needs to step it up in the second half if Recca want to have a chance into it, because he's really, you know, they've been marginalizing him so far, Alpha Red have, and it's allowed them to get the lead right now. They're looking to try and close out the half 9-6, which would be definitely a nice first half. And with Veda's going to walk out mid, get a huge pick on Eeyore, that could continue. They don't check for Rose, though. He's sitting in the sandbags, finds one. Molly should come in. There's a player peeking from Z soon as well. Will this work out for the CT?
It's actually working really well here amid that opening kill from Sandbags on Rose. Stifled that push so quickly, but Veda's just too effective with that AWP and picks up 2 players really quick. The Molly forced him out, but slowly, because he managed to jump on top of the Sandbags and the fire didn't spread quick enough to affect him. The Tears might have thought he might have been safe there, but he does jump down, and they do lose that mid-fight. Veda's going to go down to Frost Misty, who's actually quite low himself, but that's the AWP down. It's just all on Nitz now. The bomb is down. He knows where Frost Misty is. Just got to wait for that push. They don't have any nades on them, so it's going to be quite difficult. Nitz needs to win at these aim doors. They both have rifles. I think Frost Misty's just spotted him. He's low on health, trying to get the pre-fire. Nitz going to pick up Frost Misty, but Bowser going to get that kill onto Nitz there. Just a round going the way. Recca finally 7-8.
So Boosin won that round for his team, and there were 2 little things that he did. First of all, he managed to win that first little duel towards A main. That was nice. But what happened is he had a feeling that as the A site fell, that there might be that peak coming in from Truck. He threw a lovely pop flash that forced the player to fall back from there. And because he was falling back, it was an absolutely free kill for Frost Misty. That's how that turned into a 2v1. They knew where the player was. They just double peeked them. Worked out very well. Boosin got another kill there for a 3K. But really, it was that little flashbang towards Truck that completely opened up that 2v2.
I think this has just been a really dominant performance. I mean, it's from the player. I can't remember how to say his name. With that 17 kill game, he might have even been higher than that. Frost Misty, my bad. Very great kills coming from him from that first half. Bowser, I mean, yeah, like you said, he did well in that last round, but such low kills. It's not, like you said, he's not really supporting as well as he probably should be as we are coming into the second half. First pistol round now. It's Recca on the T side this time. What they want to do on the opening push here. CT's opting for a 3 on A, 2 on B. No one in mid unless someone's going to rotate down to a white box. As T-side actually going to stack towards A main. Really going for that quick of an execute. Actually, they are coming through Squeaky now. It's the A main peak. Take down Vita, but Bowser, great shots from him. Mariel's going to get good picks. 2 picks onto Squeaky there from Highway. Goes out Bowser pushed up a little bit more now. They might be able to get out of A main, throwing that smoke. Nitz here on site. 789 to reach them to provide that support, and the flanks coming in as well through A main. Well, now Squeaky actually goes coming through Squeaky for that flank. No kills happening. As now both players on site. Rosal actually picking up 789. 789 picking up Rose out. My bad. Nitz takes down Bosun there on the side. He's just sitting there waiting for his head to be harvested. As Frostmist, he's trying to take that bomb back towards A, but Gigs too good. Takes him down. It's going to be the first round going the way of Alpha Red there.
Yeah, and if you are just tuning in, this is ESL Pro League Southeast Asia. We got Recca Esports versus Alpha Red. This is powered by Intel. The world is watching because this, I mean, really, they should be watching. This is a good game so far. Big pistol round one there, as it is 9-7 for Alpha Red. Recca on pistols right now. They don't want to let this half fall to the wayside. It looks like they're going to be grouping up towards A for a hit. See how they like to do it.
Yeah, bombs there. They have the pistols. Have that scout out from Vita. Very interesting buy from him. Can be an effective weapon in the right hands, but not sure if it would be effective against these close-range pistols, as they're actually going for a bit of a slower A main push as the smokes come out now. Ewell first one out onto site. Mariel's spotting anyone at first. Bowser's going to take him down quite quickly. Nit's going to get the trade on Frostmist about Bowser running around the back, catches him in low health. Bowser going nuts, picks up another kill. That's a 3K for him. Great entries onto the site. Taking down Vita there at Truck. It's 789 and Gigs are the only two players left to retake these sites for us. 3 CTs with just pistols and 1 SMG, but they can very easily do it. 789 pushing back to New Box, takes down Rosa quite quickly there as Super Sis and Eeyore could easily get shut off from this bomb if they play it properly. Eeyore's just got that DE, hit 789, quite low health. Super Sis getting sprayed as well. They're just playing with the CT at this time. 789 is going to be effective, and Super Sis just walks straight out of Spooky and takes down 2 players. Great from him, stopping that bomb plant and winning that round.
So that round epitomizes one of the reasons I love the MP9 and one of the reasons I hate it. So really what you know, if you'd seen Alpha Red with the UMP on that A bomb site, the armor penetration would have kicked in. They knew it should have been a force coming in for Recca. They might have been able to stunt it earlier. The advantage of the MP9 is that when you're in a situation like that, you can just fly out and kill 2 people with ease. Trade-offs, and it happened to be a beautiful play. Recca stealing that round away, and now it's a stack towards mid right now for Alpha Red. We'll see how Recca elect to break.
Yeah, they're holding quite strongly in mid here, but Teams are kind of doing the same. They do have 2 players up on the boost now. Mario is peeking from back way. It's going to get that info, but Eel's going to pick him up. Nit's peeking from down below is going to take him down, but Supersys gets the trade. Now, 3 players versus 4. 789 tag down low. So is Vader. He's going to get picked up very quickly. 1 player left. It's Gigs with the P250. Misses his shots on the 2 Bowser, and Bowser's going to very quickly finish him with that AK. It's a round going to the side of Recca. 9-9 now, as the rifles and utils looking very great. Money very poor on that side of Alpha Red for this round.
And man, Bowser, he's really stepped it up. He had a very slow start to the game, and over the last few, he seems to have gotten 3 multi-kills out of 4 rounds. Brought himself up to a grand total of 11 after being on 3 kills. So definitely a huge impact part of how Recca are clawing back into this. Doesn't help that, you know, the rest of the players are fragging out very nicely. And now they're taking a completely open A bomb site as the stack was towards B. It's going to be an easy plant. We'll see how Alpha Red elect to try and move off of this, see if they can get a kill on any of the hunting players.
Well, speaking of hunting players, Frostmist, they're going to get that kill onto Heaven. That M4 very quick and clean from him. Supersys sitting in Heaven as the rotate's finally going to start happening, as CT's going to try take down some of those hunting players. Like you said, is Bomb's left very alone, just a 1 player watching it from A main. Trying to desperately find those hunting players. Supersys and Gigs exchanging shots, but no one's going to quite get the kill. Gigs just watching him in Heaven. Bowser's going to pick up Mariel's truck there. CT's just holding B now. Eeyore's going to get a running kill onto Nits there. Supersys trading out for Gigs. Vita's going to get 1 kill, but he's going to go down to Frostmist anyway.
Well, it was just the SMG that was dropped through, so it's not the end of the world there. Really, there's kind of a throwaway round for Alpha Red. They put the USP stack in, hoping that that's the site that got hit. As it feels like every time I cast a team that stacks one of the sites just USPs, it's never the site that gets hit. So, you know, as such, Recca take their first lead in quite a while. As, you know, we are into the first gun round, a pivotal round of this game.
Yeah, this will be the round that decides how the rest of the game goes. I think this could be the round that Bowsen will really, really step it up. He's done well, but only in these eco sort of rounds. So we'll see how he can handle a rifle this time as he's towards that B site alone, sitting in Sunroom, as CT's holding A main from that forklift sort of area. Just coming onto the site now. There's just no significant pushes from the T side. The players are seeing what they can do. Maybe just pick up some sort of cheeky frag on an unsuspecting player. There's one player sitting in vent, but he's going to get mollied off actually. There's T players moving in through a main. Recca looking like they want to get something done on this A site. We'll see what they can do. The flash actually misses onto A main there. I'm not sure if he was trying to achieve with that, but the smoke's going to come out onto the site now. Molly's out. Just a one player sitting on A main that can actually do anything unless these players, CT side, want to push through. CT play does push off site. V's going to get a kill through the smoke onto Bowsen. Very unfortunate for him. Gig's going to push straight into Rosa. Gets taken down. Eel's going to take down Nitz as well. 3v4 now as T's have got that bomb down. They're holding the site. Mariel's going to try to challenge Rosal, but he's going to get taken down. Frost Misty taking down 789 there at truck, and it's just Vita left on highway, and he's just going to start running as fast as he can. Do we have a hunting player from Frost Misty? Probably, yeah, he did hear that player coming through garage. He's going to be hunting for that. See if Vita can finish anyone, though. Not anyone, only one player on the T side with full health, so definitely a good chance of him getting something done with this M4 if anyone's unlucky enough to walk into him, which Rosal actually might be the victim of here. Vita's going to just tap him in the back of the head. He's got his back facing the wrong way. Should be able to get away there. T's not quite able to peek him. It's 9-11 to the going the way of Recca.
Losing Rosal's fine. You got good money across the board. The only player that you really couldn't afford to lose was Eeyore. He had next to nothing. And while they would have had a win bonus, like, you don't want to see a guy go down to the bare bones. Everything works out. He hangs onto his gun. The money is building very strong for Recca. And now we're getting sort of into do or die. I'm assuming it's Alpha Red calling this pause right now, just trying to figure out how they want to try and do this with their money. The score is 9-11 right now for Recca leading. And their money's not ideal. I mean, they have that one rifle that they're hanging on to right now, but around $3,000 on the rest of the players is not enough to get a gun. You might get a pistol Kevlar if you're feeling like that. I think that's probably the right play, is buy down to about 2K, because their loss bonus will kick in. They'll get a fairly sizable one. They can actually buy down a little bit lower than that if they choose, but I mean, I think that you'd want to buy a little bit just to try and support the M4 that you have on beta right now.
Yeah, definitely. You need to support that player that has the head armor and the M4. This is definitely the round where if you lose, well, not specifically this one, but this is where the rounds start to get away from you, and Recca just starts to take the huge lead unless you can get something done that's relatively effective. I mean, supporting this M4 player, like I said, is going to be a very key thing in this round. And if they can get something done with that M4, then that could open up a whole world of opportunities for the following rounds. As the pause has ended now, players moving to their positions. Got that 3-player stack on the A site. 2 players, no one on B. Gigs sitting in Z now, 789 on truck. I think the T's know the B site's completely clear. Frost Misty's actually going to take down Vita there. And Gig's going to get taken down by Frost Misty. 789 is going to peek him in again, gets taken down by Eeyore. But Mariel's picks up someone with the CZ75 there in A main. Traded out by Rosal. Nit's going to just shoot him in the back there. No player to support the angle. Frost Misty get another kill. It's a 3K from him that round. Just gets shut down, pretty much.
Yeah, now here's where the real money comes in. They get the AWP out on Vita. They're actually going for the double up. Giggs is grabbing one as well. We have seen him pull it out earlier. He just went for a quick peek, though. We'll see how long he elects to hang on to this. And this is not going to be met by an AWP by Recca. So these two ops could have a lot higher impact than they might normally. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, the factor of a counter op is huge, especially on cash. These long angles that you have to peek. Double up should be super effective. So the CTs, at least I'm hoping they are, for their sake. One off on A main and the other one towards the B site. Just watching at B main right now, he's got one player there lurking, but T's not really showing that much of an interest in pushing that site. They're just holding onto garage. Frost Misty sitting at the back right now. This is a very passive round from the side of Recca compared to what we've seen in previous rounds. Spam getting exchanged, of course. 789 is actually going to pick up Eeyore there. Good shots from him. It's a bit of an opener and kind of an advantage that the CTs need for this round.
Yeah, I mean, they've just got the one man sitting at into B. Right now, that is, of course, Gigs on the AWP. If he manages to connect a couple of these shots, it's going to be easy, but he needs to get at least one. He's going to be mollied out here, trying to fall back. Flash comes in, and Super Sis has already found an entry frag. Will this AWP chime true? He finds the first kill, but he gets traded out very quickly. Now it's the player coming in from Heavens, picked off too. This is looking beautiful. It's going to be a very difficult retake, especially since they have an AWP. Bomb will be planted right about now, and Mariels is doing his best to try and deny that. Looks like it should be planted A-OK. Alp actually peeks out. That was a great chance for Veda, but he's not able to connect on the first kill. They need to find something pretty quick, especially with the Boozin back in sight with the AWP. Frostfist is going to trade it out, though. Now just into the 1v3. Mariels will find two of them, actually. He's got a real chance of this. 1v1 right now. Boosting insight. He's picked up the AK. Will he win it? No, it's Mariels getting the 1v3. Wow. What a beautiful clutch. He's going to have plenty of time to defuse it.
That was an amazing turnaround from Mariels. I thought that was done and dusted with the positions that the T's had taken on this site. Near impossible for him, but he just completely wipes them off the face of the earth. And no chance. It seemed like it's unstoppable for that clutch. He wanted it that bad that they couldn't do anything to stop him. That was great for Mariels. Incredibly crucial for the coming rounds. It's 10-12 now for the Recca. Still winning, but it's an important win. They actually earned the CT side's second win for this half.
As important as that round is, this round is even more key. There is no money for the CT side. They need to win this rather cleanly. Otherwise, they're going to be a reset, and that's going to allow Recca to really cruise to the end of this half. And now with the damage done to 7, he's just on that UMP, keep in mind, and he's playing Z. This is a very rough spot. Now with Veda going down, this is dire straits for Alpha Red.
Yeah, I mean, Mariels has pushed into A main to get that AWP, and he's not going to get traded or anything like that. We do have a bit of a fight happening towards mid there. Eel's going to pick up Nits. It's just going to be a 3v4 now. Eel's on 5 health himself, but then 16 health for him. Kind of even-ish. It depends what the CTs, how the CTs decide to hold their sights for this coming push. It looks like it's going to be a B main push here. One player coming through vent. He was actually just going to push for a kill on Mariels there. 5 health left on him. Very ballsy play from him. Gig's going to get mollied out and checkers. He's going to have to push forward. They know he's there now. He's only got the FAMAS. He's going to escape onto the site. It's just up to 7 and Gigs now to push now onto their own site. 789, 16 health. Gigs, 69 health. They do actually get a kill onto Frost Misty there, and the T players are rotating off. Go head towards that main, head towards A, sorry, is Eels sitting in Z with the AK, and definitely the better choice. Alpha Red sitting here for a save with what they've got.
Yeah, bomb down. These two players just need to hang on. There is no money. The bank is broke. They need to take out a loan, and unfortunately, Counter-Strike doesn't let you do that. They're just going to try and hang on for dear life. Good news is that no one seems to be too keen to hunt, especially since Boosin, one of the living players, doesn't have too much money in the bank, and one of the healthy players, ER, while he has money, is not at the health to really hunt. So it looks like Alpha Red should be able to hang on to these weapons pretty much okay, just because Recca don't really want to throw any of theirs away.
Neither side wants to throw any of theirs away, even though there's just a FAMAS on one player. He does have the armor as well. Money is just so incredibly weak on the CT side. You need to be able to buy those utilities for defense, as you do have the full buy from 789. See what his teammates can drum up here with what they have. Smoke some flashes in a CZ for Mario.
789 was one of the two saving players as well, which is why he's got that, like why he bought up the utility around it. It is going to be the full force, though. They don't want to let this get too out of hand. 3 CZ 75s. I mean, it can work. And again, they're going with, looks like they're doing the Shroud boost. It worked out so well for Recca when they tried it. We'll see if they actually check.
But they did hear Mariel's jump there as they're pushing through Squeaky, so it might not be as effective as he's hoping for, as 2 players from the side of Recca sitting in Squeaky now. Eels walking past that door. Nits is going to have an angle on it. As it is open, Eels pushing out. Mariel's just watching A main for that push. He's going to take shots and takes down Eels. Supersys knows where he is though, and he's going to get that trade kill. As Nits is going to pick up a kill for himself. He's still alive now. He does get taken down by Rosal. Vita left alive, having to rotate from B. He's in Z now. He's only got that CZ75 in a very, very long range fight ahead of him, no matter what direction he chooses to come from. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Probably a very good analogy for the situation he's in there. Bowsen just staring at Truck, waiting for that push. He might have spotted him there. So he is going to take the peak and takes him out to 8 health, but he does get picked up by Bowsen. That would have been very unfortunate if Bowsen did dodge at CZ75 at that long range. 10-14 now, going his way of Recca.
Yeah, and this is it for the map pretty much. There's no money in the bank again for Alpha Red. That force buy there kind of puts them in a spot where they're in the force buy to oblivion, but for whatever reason they believe in it, they're going to save, they're going to try and do something with USPs, give Recca pretty much map point. And really, I mean, they're going to have to try and play for the next map. I don't see a spot where they win 5 straight rounds to force OT after they drop this one, but you know, I'm a pessimist. Maybe they are optimistic.
It is actually worth mentioning, this is Alpha Red's pick for the maps. So it going this way is very, very unfortunate for them. Once again, choosing the wrong site to stack there, even though the T's aren't pushing anything, they are going to catch 789, who's trying to get something cheeky done through T spawn. Supersys very vigilant, managing to get that kill as the smokes have gone out onto a site now. T push kind of slow for the smokes that they've thrown, but they don't need to take anything fast against these USBs. The sprays and the mollies are going everywhere right now. Frostmist is still not picking out from Squeaky as he's just pushing out now. Players all over the show on this site. Mariel's going to get a kill, but it's going to get cleaned up super quick. No armor, just USBs. It was going to happen. It's match point now for Recca.
Not quite match point, just map point. There's still other maps in this series, but we'll see if Alpha Red can do anything to stave off the inevitable. They've got the AWP back on beta. They do have 4 M4s, and they need to start winning rounds fast, because if they lose this one, it is GG map 1, hello map 2.
They do have a relatively healthy buy. Glass cannon on Vita isn't the optimal situation. Not that great utilities, but at least they have the rifles to try and do something. T's finally deciding to push towards B main, into B main, but they've only got one player inside of Alpha Red sitting on that site with the AWP. He gets one pick. That's Vita taking down Supersys, but Bowsen's going to trade him out quickly and efficiently. Frostmist is going to take down that rotating player through Vent. 789 going down, and 2 players having to rotate through CT. It's the last, or the other remaining CT player pushing through Sunroom as we speak. Rosal's going to get sprayed down by Mariel's through the wall there, and Gibbs is going to get a great kill onto Frostmisty there in Checkers. Bowsen's going to get the trade on him though in B main. It's just Eeyore, Bowsen versus Mariel's and Nits. Mariel's goes down to Bowsen there, trying to peek from CT. Bowsen's got the angle onto Nits, and that's going to be map 1 going the way of Recca there of this best of 3.
Yeah, and I mean, they just looked so much more comfortable on their T side. There wasn't a lot that Alpha Red could even do to stop, to shut them down, stop. And as you said, that was their pick. I dread to see what happens as we head now to Cobblestone, which is Recca's pick, because they're already looking confident, already starting off on the right foot. Gotta be feeling hot when you're coming out of that map, getting all the kills that they did. This could be a rough situation for them.
Yeah, when you lose your own map pick, it's always a pretty telling sort of thing. I hope they can turn something around on Cobble. Maybe it's their secret source of a map and they just don't know it yet, but we'll have to see. It's not their map pick as we wait for this map to be changed. We will go to a break now as we wait for this map pick. We'll come back to you more with the second map of this best of 3, Recca vs Alpha Red, Southeast Asia, ESL Pro Qualifiers.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA. ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedwing, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Dreamboat, joined by GBJ. We are back here for Recca Esports versus Alpha Red. This time we are on Recca's pick. It's Cobblestone. We're into the pistol round, and Frostmisty's to open things up very nicely with a Glock headshot. Nice tag by Seven there. Gets the headshot through the door, but there's already a flank from Veta trying to come in. But the bomb has gone down. This B-bomb site has crumbled. We are looking at a proper retake right now. 4v5 for Alpha Red.
789 is just going to open it super quickly onto Eel. Frostmisty does get that trade onto Vita, but whether or not it's going to have a significant impact. 3v4 now. Bowsen gets a kill. He's going to get another kill, and he's going to get the triple kill. It's very easy shutdown from the retakes here. Quick and clean. It's exactly how it should go.
Yeah, Bowsen, he's really picking up the pace from where he left off in the last, at the beginning of the second half at least, where he got like 4 straight multi-kill rounds on Cash. It's nice to see him start off in form on Cobblestone, grabbing 3 kills. Frostmisty as well, continuing with nice 2K of his own. And we're going to see 4 SMGs right now. Only 1 rifle for the T side, going up against the full CZ75 buy for Alpha Red.
Do have a pretty advanced push forward hold there from the CTs for that A site. No one actually holding on the site. They're just pushed up, but they've only got 1 player to deal with outside mid because T side looks like they want to get something done here at B as the mollies and the flashes do come flying out now. CZs versus SMGs. Giggs is going to get 2 excellent headshots onto Rosa and Eeyore. Supersys trades him out, but Seven's going to take down Supersys himself. 2v4 now. Massive turnaround. Excellent play from Giggs there as the bomb's going to rotate back as Frostmisty gets taken down at mid.
That's a really awkward situation there. Veta was walking up long at the same time as Frostmisty found that kill. He will not survive, though. Boozen, he's in the 1v3 now that he's got that kill. There's a player, again, I don't think he's going to be expecting Nits sitting in the snake staircase. If he does, though, that could be a very nice pick. Gets it down into a 1v2. We'll see how he elects to do this. He actually fakes the drop. Really find this kill. No, he won't. Nits is ready for it. Finds the kill, recovers the AK, and that's a very solid CZ round for Alpha Red.
It was a smart play, but it just didn't pay off. That CZ's so powerful in close quarters, like Giggs, those 2 headshots were just absolute game-changing for that round. I did not expect it at all against the terrorist weapons and armor. It's going to make it 1-1 round. Last round going the way of Alpha Red on the CT side here. As they're going for that advanced push again on A, instead of holding a player back on mid, as T side stacking again towards B. The bomb's there. 2 players in mid there from the T side, but no one to contest them as they've all come over to that B side now. The bomb's there. They're getting ready for an execute with those pistols. They come and drop down now. Mariels has jumped out. He's holding the angle beneath window. This is on site, unsupported. Mariels peeks and takes him down as Giggs peek and drop down with the help of 789. Going to take down Rosa. You're doing low health. Frostmist is going to get a trade, but he's going to go down in return. Bowsen takes down Nits and Vita, picking up 2 players himself. That's 2-1. That was a clean sight hold from Alpha Red there.
Yeah, that wasn't really a bad situation for Alpha Red either. I mean, they did lose 2 players, but they only lost the SMGs. Those are probably going to be upgraded this round anyways. Although Mariels is actually going straight back to the MP9. I really don't like... This is a weird buy. 2 SMGs, an AWP, 2 rifles, and one of them's only a FAMAS, going against 4 rifles and a UMP for Recca. This could be very hairy for Alpha Red if they're not careful.
I mean, the utilities are good, so hopefully they can save them and kind of compensate for that MP5 by Mariel's. He's holding drop down, isn't he? So that's he's holding drop down. SMG is incredibly effective in drop down, but first these good players see if he can actually get anything done. He's just jiggle peeking that drop. Frost Misty getting a kill with that Galil there onto Nits, taking him down. The Molly's going out from Mario's one to drop down to hold it. He's flashing into mid to check it for his teammate holding A. One's there. The bomb is towards B site. Smoke's going out from drop down now. Mario's out of position to hold it. He's smoked off on that window. Two players are sitting on B from the CT side. So he should be able to hold it without much help from Mariel's as he's pushing it to drop down now. Eel's going to walk right into his crosshairs. Eel's going to know he's there. Gets that flash and walks straight in from his teammate. Picks up a quick kill onto Eel. Supersys gets a trade onto 789, but Giggs is going to get one for himself, and Mariel's picks up the kill onto Supersys.
Yeah, now it is into the 3-on-2 right now. Bomb is in a very safe spot, so they don't need to worry too much about it. And with Frost Misty entering drop, it should be a B hit, especially with Boozing getting that kill. It's just going to be Veda in the 1v2. One of these players is quite lit. It's not going to matter though. He's got an AWP. One bullet's going to kill both of these players right now, even if it's in the leg. See how he elects to do this. Both players are in a decent spot right now on this post plant. Veda, this is going to be so huge if he can find at least one of these kills. He needs to find both though. One player's low. He's going to spot him out. He doesn't see him. Peeks out. Misses the shot, and he'll be peeked by Frost Misty. Taken out with ease, and Recca grabbing a huge round to tie this game up at 2.
That smoke made a very big difference for that retake for Vita, because he didn't know where they were. I mean, even just on the edge of the smoke, I thought he saw that player sitting back at the door, but he didn't. That low health player, if he took him down quickly with that first shot, it might have been doable, but that peek from the other T player is going to shut him down quite nicely, or not really that effective in a retake situation. Exactly like that one, as we had the CZ75 buys. A boost into drop from Mariel's with that CZ. Catch out someone. Supersys is already pre-spraying it though. He'd be expecting that, but he's actually walked quite deep into drop now. So hopefully be able to get it done, but Supersys is taking a really good position to watch that flank for his team.
Oh, Supersys went for a jump. I don't know if he spotted that out, and actually Mariel's is going to fall back because he saw it. There's also the boost up on B along Giggs. No, spots it out, knows that it's there, doesn't able to find any damage. And it looks like the drop hit should be coming in pretty quick. Molly out on Mariel's. He's going to run straight through it, straight below them. Sys knows he's there, though. And I think they're actually going to fall back and give up that challenge.
Yeah, Frost Misty got a kill there at A-Long. An unfortunate spot from Nits. Managed to spot his back because he wasn't exactly hidden. Vita pushed up to try and get a trade, but Frost Misty had rotated out, and then I think he re-pushed it and managed to pick up him as well. So that's both players on A dead. You have a quick rotate there from Mariel's, but he does get taken down. 789 going for a long flank onto B, trying to get a hunting player. As T side just holding on to that bomb. Giggs going to push, maybe get some sort of pick, but he's going to get quite close. 789 does take down Eeyore with that CZ, but he gets taken down by a Supersys. Giggs getting a kill for himself, but Frost Misty's going to get avenged by Supersys there. 2-3 on the way at Recca.
A couple kills there for Alpha Red just on the pistols, but doesn't really make that big a difference in the long scheme of things, especially as Recca have won 2 straight now. Cut the bomb plant, and if they get another plant, they're going to be buying comfortably for the next little while.
Got the double MP5 buy and an AWP on the CT side. Interesting buys coming out from the CTs for this map. There's a quick push coming now. That AK is moving on to site, looking around for players, but 789, great position to push, to take down that pushing T player. That's Supersys going down. Vita's on 18 health with an MP5, not very advantageous, sitting in danger as a 4-player push, coming onto A main now. May rolls, pushes through the smoke, gets taken down. Meanwhile, Frost missed Eel's going to take down Nits. To get a kill, but really that effective, and Giggs is going to grab a kill onto a player, not quite onto site. Rosal, here's a player mid, that's 789, 2 players there. As 789 takes down Frost Misty. Giggs just jumping on top of the armored truck, takes down the last remaining AWP of Rosal. Didn't even get the bomb down that round.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's still enough money that they can eke out a buy. A couple of these players are probably going to be CZs if it is an elected buy from Recca. And yeah, of course, they are buying right into this. It's a double up setup right now for Alpha Red. Veda and Gigs, of course, bringing them out. But I'd expect to see, with the lack of utility that's there for Recca, it's going to be a very quick hit. They're stacked up towards the B-bomb site as well. I'm expecting it to be very fast here.
Have slowed down a little bit, just shift walking out, but the smokes are there to stifle them a little bit. They do leave one player sitting in mid to watch that long rotate, but so clumped up now.
That was actually a decoy.
Oh, it was a decoy. My pad. They're just sitting here. 5 men, AKs and pistols. Got the utilities to make a push. Molly goes out to get that player out. He just jumps up though. He's in the smoke. 789 does get taken down. Rosal taking down 2 players for the central. 789 just not looking in the right direction when he walked through that smoke. Mayoral's going to get smoked off there. He takes down Eeyore. It's a bit of a trade, but isn't actually going to make a significant push, as it looks like Alpha Red choosing to save for the rest of this round. They've got an AWP, AK, and an M4, so it's definitely a worthy choice. There's an AWP sitting on site. I wonder if Frost Misty's going to spot that, if anyone's going to spot that, but it's going to be a round going the way of Recca.
It doesn't look like they are going to spot out the AWP, which is a bit unfortunate. Frost Misty does recover an M4A4, so pretty good for his investment of a CZ. They only lost one of the CZ players as well. Very clean, pretty clean round for Recca. It does help their economy out. And speaking of that save, there is though economy for Alpha Red. This is going to allow them to drop, a couple FAMASs or maybe a UMP. I'd like to see them start dropping UMPs. They're going very MP9 heavy, which I'm not a huge fan of personally. But again, Alpha Red, they're going back to the MP9 roots.
I like it in drop where Mayrolls has been playing, but he's getting smoked off every time there's a B hit. They do actually buy a second MP9 on Gigs, so see if it pays off for them this time. Same standard hold they've been doing, apart from 2 players sitting in mid this time, which hasn't actually been contested from the T side. So see how effective those players are, as T side once again stacking towards the site.
I actually don't like the MP9 and drop, and I'll give you a couple of reasons why. Yes, the faster bullet speed's great, but if you do catch a headshot through the wood there, you're doing much less damage because of the lower armor penetration. Overall, I feel like the UMP, despite its lower firing rate, is a bit more effective in drop, personally. That was always at least when I played drop, but we'll see whether he makes it work out. He's playing much more passive again. He's actually going to flash himself back in, or just trying to flash to the lay, I guess, as the hit is starting to come forward.
Definitely should be buying a negative to hold that area. I think we can both agree on. There's nothing really significant happening. Do we actually have a mid push? Sneaking out there is Frost Misty, but Vita AWPs him straight into the chest, and that's going to shut anything down that might have been significant from him. As T's players looking like they want to come out now. The flashes come out, the mollies come out, everything's being thrown. Gig's going to get an MP9 kill. Supersys gets the trail into 789 on the stairs. Mayrolls pushes out into the open and gets taken down by Tarzan there. Gigs, he's still holding on the site with that MP9, managing it like a hero. Takes down Rosal as well, and now he's going to stand in that smoke and wait for that bomb plant to come out from Bowsen. His Vita's got a good angle there, but get caught out by Bowsen if he can get the shot. No, he's going to go for the bomb plant. Gigs just going to push through. He's shooting in the wrong place, but he gets it anyway, and the flank from Nits pays off and takes down Supersys. Good retakes there from Alpha Red.
That flank was so huge from Nits, because the second that smoke expired, the player sitting on behind the box on B long was easily going to get the first kill on Gigs, potentially get the second kill as well. Allows the bomb to go down, everything works out. Because Nits managed to just spot the shoulder and get that kill with ease, meant that there was no potential for that, and because of that, Recca are on CZ75s. Rose is, of course, saving down to the Glock just so that they can get an AWP out, but Veda, he picks off Eeyore very early.
Eeyore not having a good time, going 1 for 9. 2-5 from Rosa just above him, so kill's not going the way of Recca, but they've got the round wins, and that's what matters here. They're 2 players down for this round. Alpha Red just down to 1. Goodbye from Alpha Red, obviously, from winning all these rounds. No MP9s this time, so I hope you're happy, as it's just CZ75 from the T side.
789 is in the most interesting position right now. It's not going to matter because Nits is going to get the first kill, and Rose, I think, might drop down. But how far up 789 is absolutely huge. Yeah, Rose, I mean, he tried to go for the drop. Picked off by Nits again. Nice AK headshots. And that is the weapon I want playing drop every time.
You said negative wrong that time. You want to try again?
AK. Every time. I don't acknowledge your crappy memes.
There's a bit of a better buy coming out here now from Recca. They've got the 5 AKs, some good utils, and they all have armor, so you'll see them do a little bit better this round. As they've got less of a B heavy hold. So you're just sitting in mid now with their 3 players. One's pushed up quite close to door. Might be able to grab a wide peeking CT. No one's actually watching door straight on. As I say that, though, we do get a player pushing up with a cart to watch it at a better angle. 2 players just lurking towards B main. Mollies and smokes are all over the place, and nothing really happening for from the T side right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're just playing this slow, trying to bleed out the utility that they don't think there's much of for Alpha Red, and it's actually worked quite well. There is still 4 full smokes for the T side and a couple mollies, and there's just flashbangs and a molly on Veda. So wherever they like to hit is the CTs are going to have a tough time dealing with. Now they're trading that off by the fact that 789 is once again so very close up B long. If it is a B hit, he could be a very huge player, but he's actually going to lose the first duel to Super Sis, and now this is firmly Recca's round to lose.
See what they can do here. Not really anything. Oh, Bowsen actually getting a great kill onto a sneaky playing Nits, trying to get a bit of an off angle there as the smokes go out, the mollies go out from the T side. Rose Owl just pushing straight into B there with the AWP. We can't connect any shots to win that round as the hunting players moving straight onto B site. Now Mayroll's going to get 1 kill onto Super Sis, so he gets challenged from door by Frost Misty, and he's going to go down. 4 surviving AKs from Recca. That's going to be absolutely huge. Money's not terrible from the CT side, but it's not going to be enough to compete that well with the Recca's currently weak economy, but great weapons and utils.
I mean, the big thing in that round was the fact that I believe it was Rose walking out onto the A bomb site. He manages to catch 2 people out there. He was just a lurk. They wound up having a second player come over to lurk. They clear out A and managed to get the opening frags. But if you notice, 3 players were towards B, including the bomb in that last round. Rotated out because of the great entry fragging. And speaking of entries, Veda with a big pick on the CT side.
Ben Giggs is actually going to go down as a trade there. So equalized once again, but I mean, being a player down for the CTs makes everything a lot more difficult than it
Look
is.
at the position of Super Sis. He was in Coop. That forced both of these players to go peek him very tight. That allows Frost Misty to get the nice and easy 2K spray down. And this is now a 3v2 man advantage right now for Recca. There are still 2 players for Alpha Red, though. Veda's got the op going down drop, and there is Nits on the flank again. Let's see if he can have as huge an effect as he did last time.
I mean, it does look like, yeah, they're going for a save, or at least Nits is realizing it retakes a little bit too much to arc, even with a flank like that. I mean, Eor's watching it himself, so going to make it a save, and that's going to be 5-6 going the way of Recca. He's going to have a great economy. I mean, yeah, Alpha Red definitely needs a save. Their money is terrible. One of their players that's alive, at least, is on $0 right now. So definitely going to need the save to put up any sort of fight for the next few rounds.
Yeah, neither team's economy was particularly strong, and that's part of why that round was so absolutely massive. Recca getting the win, getting the bomb plant allows them to rebuild that bank, stabilize the 3 players that live. The other 2 got a nice win bonus, so they're able to buy into this round again. And really, Alpha Red, they got nothing. They're taking this time out to figure out what you need to do in this situation. I don't think there's a right answer, but with everyone pretty much double eco, I see probably force into this one. Looking at, if you win it, great, you're tied up again, and you might have a buy into the next round. Otherwise, it's a tough call, because really with the double eco in the next round, regardless, like, you obviously force, but it's such a tight situation with Recca playing so well.
We do have yeah, that pause is coming out. See what's going to happen. What team says what. Last few rounds have been very volatile. I mean, would you say there's been a dominant performance from either team so far?
I mean, yeah, I'd say Frost Misty's the guys having the dominant performance. He's winning. I haven't seen him lose too many duels. He's sitting on 12-6 right now. But the thing is it's him and Supersys carrying the weight of his teammates that aren't doing terribly much. Rose is only on 3 kills. Eor's on 1 kill. So those two players are really helping, bring Recca up to the point that they are as this pause comes undone. It is pretty much a full save, actually, for Alpha Red.
Yeah, they do have that AWP in the M4. Maybe we can get something to Rose. Rose just jumps straight through the smoke onto site. Let's get taken down by Vita's AWP. The AK is going to get recovered. So actually enough 3 rifles for the CT side. It's everything a lot more doable, but they are coming up through main, A mid right now. Just the one player on site. He's not in a position to defend it, but he does get a good kill into Eel there. He's going to wait for that player to come from long, and he gets him as well. Bowsen gets a kill for himself. Gets traded, but Supersys taking down his own player. Vita, last one alive now as Nitz is taken down by Supersys. He's got that AK against this AWP. He's just got to get in close and get the kill. Vita might spot him. He probably just saw his shoulder there as he jumps onto site to plant his bomb. Smoking off one angle. There's one less angle to worry about, but Vita's just walked straight onto site with the AWP. He spotted him. He jumped up top. Completely just jumped over his head. I don't think Vita was expecting that, to say the least. It's a great play from Supersys, getting that 3K, the clutch at the end as well.
Yeah, I mean, tough play in the 1v1, but that's really, that round kind of epitomizes why I didn't like the play that Rose made. Sure, it's pistols, but you had an AK. If you had a MAC-10, that's a different story. I'm completely okay with that play, just jumping out B, trying to get kills. But you should know their money's not amazing. I'm not a fan of just, throwing your life away needlessly. It gave them the rifle. It almost had Alpha Red steal that round. Now 7, 8, and 9 with the lovely kill. Eating 9, eating Frost Misty. Well done.
Do have that MP9 buyer coming out again. Not holding drop down this. Oh, he is holding drop down, but he has a buddy supporting him this round. Bombs over towards A-Long. Only one CT holding there right now. He actually does get taken down through the smoke there. Eel's going to spot him a little bit. It's enough to get the kill as that Execute's coming out onto site now. And that's what the fast rotate. He's going to make it on the site behind the armor car, waiting for Rose to peek him. But Bowser's coming up behind him. He gets a kill, but gets taken down almost instantly. May rolls with the MP. 9 kill. Takes down Supersys, but he gets the AK off him, takes down Eeyore at the same time. Bowser tagged down to 34 health. He's the last one alive, and he gets taken down by Giggs, jumping down, shooting him in the back. That's 6-7. Last round going the way of Alpha Red.
Yeah, I mean, really good job there, just getting some of those kills huge at the end. There is still money on Recca, trying to clinch their lead into this half. But really, loser of this round is going to lose the half regardless, just because there's no money in the bank for either team. Not a really great situation. And look at this, Recca going very quickly once again. One player out on that platform. That's Rose. He gets mowed down by the CZ, recovers the M4. Beautiful play by Rose to pick off 789.
It was actually pretty well flashed when he managed to get that kill too, so it was quite impressive that he managed to pick that up, especially because 789 wasn't actually flashed himself. Unfortunate, but I mean, T-side have that M4 now, as he only had that CZ. They all have rifles, make an execute very, very much cleaner. Rose actually goes down. Eel's going to get the trade, but walking onto B main now. Not a lot to contest, just one player there, the M4. Going to deal some damage, but didn't get a kill. Bowsen trading him off. Player comes through door, taken down by Frost Misty. There's just Nitz left here on the door. Gets taken down really easy by Misty. Great play from him there. And securing that site and spotting out players to allow that one to happen. The bomb plant goes down as well. It's extra money in the bank, always important for the current map right now.
And it should be the closeout half right now, because losing that round, Alpha Red don't have any money. Of course, they're forcing up. It's the last round of the half. Doing everything they can to kind of stop the bleeding, but this should be, outside of Pistol Miracles, a 9-6 half for Recca.
Pistol Miracles are definitely a thing. I mean, we've seen it once with those decks. Actually, Eagle's just going to say, no, that's not happening. And he gets a triple kill straight onto the B site. Really easy from him. Takes down those two pistoling players.
Doubled his kills in one round.
That says a lot, but I mean, pistol kills, it's not exactly the most impressive thing, but nonetheless, he's opened the side up completely for his team, and it's up to two retaking CT players. Either going to get the 1 kill and drop, he's not hurt that much himself. He was very low though, Super System take down Nits, and that's going to shut down the round for Alpha Red there. Recca going to take that last one, and that's the first half over. Recca being pretty dominant, especially towards the end there. Is even though not a lot of their players were performing all that well, they still managed to get the win. Supersys and Frost Misty definitely, like you said, standout players, absolutely nailing it for that first half.
Yeah, I mean, definitely picking up the slack. Eeyore had a very rough time, so did Rose at the beginning. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest with you, with the way that those two players weren't fragging, that they've managed to take out a 3-round lead here heading into their CT side. And I mean, it is, I'd say it's a T-sided map, but 3 rounds should be comfortable for Recca to work with. See how well their CT side holds are, though. Their T side was definitely their strong suit on cash. CT looked a little bit more questionable, so they may be able to pull this off. But there is definitely a chance for Alpha Red, and it comes down to this pistol round as we are right live into the second half.
Do have full armor buy from the CTs now. Rosel's just got that kit in the smoke. See what he does with that. He's just holding onto a site right now. 3 players jumping through drop down right now. No one's holding close inside it. Frostmist is going to get 1 kill onto May Rolls there as he rotates back to get a better position. T's are pushing in now. 789 getting tagged down quite low, but he is going to get the kill. Meanwhile, Gig's taking down 1000, but Supersys and Eeyore are going to make it a more equalizers. Nits is the last one alive. He picks up Rosal, pushing into Eeyore as quick as he can. He doesn't want to fight 2 players at once, but he's going to have to, unless Eeyore decides to make a bit of a questionable peak. Hopefully there's going to be a crossfire fight here in Nits. Hopefully going down here to close off this first pistol round.
Yeah, Nits is going to do everything in his power to try and isolate 2 1v1s here. Looks like the CTs might give him that. If he manages to peek the timing right to his left, and he's actually going to find that one, but oh, Eeyore gets the kill regardless. Wins the 1v1, closes out the pistol round as Recca win their second pistol round of the game.
Yeah, the relatively dominant performance from them, and the armor buys were there, but they only had the 1 kit. So even if they did manage to make some sort of retake, it'd have to be a pretty incredible feat to be able to make it work. For Master and SMGs, we've got 1 M4 on Super Assist. You have that all-important MP9 coming out from Eeyore. Both teams seeming to favour the best gun in the game.
Well, CT side there going for the boost up tree, putting Super Assist up there, seeing how we can do. It's not really going to help them considering all the players are grouped up towards A, and that's actually the right play for them. They don't know this, but weapon-wise, it's solid play because it's the UMP, and 7 peeks out to help Aveda find the kill on the Boozin. Now it is just Frost Misty here on the A-bomb stage. He's got a rotator coming in, but if they hit it quick, they could find some more kills.
I mean, if there's anyone I would trust to hold a site by himself in this game, probably Frost Misty. Eeyore, though, MP9 is just spraying down players in mid, getting 2, 3 kills now. Very easy from him. Frost Misty going to get 1 for himself, 2 for himself as he finishes off the last player. Giggs gets a kill with that deagle, but it's not going to be enough to get anything done.
This is as good a time as any to remind the chat that, if you're not impressed with some of the plays that these guys are making, think you could be better, the place to go is ESEA, where the pros play. You can start playing there, work your way up, and maybe you'll be in Pro League being casted by me, GBJ, and CappingTV at some point. Who knows?
This could be you guys. Just no matter how good you think they are, no matter how bad you think they are, they could always be you if you work hard enough. Rosal, great kill from him there onto Giggs sitting behind that box, just straight wall bangs. It's pistols versus rifles and SMGs. Going to be a very fun time for Alpha Red to fight this.
Yeah, and I mean, already 1-man advantage right now for Recca. Pistols, just trying to get any damage they can, and hopefully a bomb plant for Alpha Red. It looks like they're going to explode down drop in a second or 2. Here it comes. They fly down there. Eo's there to meet them. They find 1 kill, but Super Assist will mow the rest of them down. 3 kills. And they're just eco frags, so they're not that impressive. But he actually tosses the M4 over to his teammate. Doesn't actually recover a gun, though.
So it's probably also worth mentioning that this is Recca's map pick, and they're being a lot more dominant on their own map pick than Alpha Red was on theirs. Kind of telling for the rest of this game, but 12-6 looking kind of dire for the side of Alpha Red. So they do have the AKs, the armor, and the utilities, but do they have the abilities to use those utilities and win a round at least?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if you just have Veda taking aim duels like that, winning kills. So is Mariel's just mowing down Frost Misty. It's going to be nice and easy. 789 does go down drop. He's going to be able to try and cut off some of these rotators. There's Super Sis and Rose. He goes there as well. And 789 catches Sis with his pants down. Finds another kill on the Rose. Will he find the third one? No, he just runs out of bullets. But Giggs is there to trade it out.
It's finally a round going the way of Alpha Red. First round of this half that has gone their way. Not even getting a bomb plant so far. Nothing really that amazing coming out from their side for this entire map and this half as well. Kind of following that trend. Got the Mag 7 buy from Eeyore to hold drop. As I'm heading towards that area now as T's taking mid control.
It's getting very close with that spray through the door and not connecting. Misty doing his best to fire back the other way. And one of my favorite guns is sitting in one of the great spots. It's Eeyore with the Mag 7 in drop. God's gift to Counter-Strike. We'll see if he can make it work.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. He doesn't have armor, so he could definitely get taken down very quickly. He's going to get smoked off, though. As actually a player's going to walk straight through the smoke into his face, and 789 is going to be the one to take him down. Super just gets the trade and takes that rifle, but that actually, yeah, no, that's a good play, in my opinion, from 789 to take down that player and really just shut down. Even though he had a rifle, he really just shut down that retake if they wanted to try to do something sneaky, even with a Mag 7. So what would be a long-range retake?
Boozin and Misty really need to change something up on the A-bomb side because they've run into a problem 2 straight rounds now where Veda and Mariels have just run straight through them. Obviously, that's fine. You know, it's whatever. 2 rounds, sure. But if this continues to be a trend, if Mariels and Veda happen to just have this easy a time taking A all game, it's dire straits for them. And this could actually see the half fall apart for Recca.
Coming into the next round here. Got the AWP and the AK for the CTs, but the money isn't flash. Yeah, not really a lot they'll be able to buy to hold against these AKs. And look at those utilities, they're just beautiful. Everyone with max nades, full armor, and good amount of money in the bank to boot. Pistols coming out for those players that don't have guns. I mean, only USPs in the 1CZ, but close range might be able to get something done, but that AWP's probably going to be the key player for this round. So I can get those picks, especially in mid. It's going to be crucial because that mid control, there's 3 players in mid pretty much every round from the side of Alpha Red. Rosal could have got a pick, but he's decided to pull back. It looks like Alpha Red. Throw a little bit of a flash, a little bit of a smoke, and start moving back towards B.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of area in towards drop, so they can grab control of that as Giggs is starting to suss that area out. Will he be able to find any kill here? He's just starting to press forward. Ear's waiting for him, but he might find Rose, who's looking completely the wrong direction. Peeks up, finds that kill. We traded back quickly by Super Sis, but he's in a lot of trouble staying up there on plat, but somehow he finds Meryl's. Or will go down to X7, but this is somehow in a 3v3 that really it shouldn't be, especially with the whiff coming in there. Super Sis will finally fall. But a great job just to do a lot of damage on the B-bomb site. Keep this in a 2v2. Boozin on the USB, though, needs to find a kill, and he will not.
Yeah, just Frost Misty left now with the CZ. CZ's been a pretty formidable gun for this entire series, to be honest, so he might get a kill or 2, but no, he's just going to walk through the door and get sprayed down instantly. Fortunately for him, not able to get a kill. Another round going the way of Alpha Red. Last 3 rounds have gone their way. It's definitely a bit of an upboot in their performance. Super Sis actually on 22 kills. Just want to highlight that's a great performance from him. In comparison to the rest of his team, who aren't doing terrible, but none of them are doing great.
And the real problem is that Rose, yeah, he's still on 6 kills. Eeyore stepped it up after being very slow at the start. He's now up to 14. So he's pulling his weight, and he's part of how Recca got that lead. But they need Rose to step it up. He had a great game on Cash. It's kind of sad to see him just vanish here.
I mean, Frost Misty also doing very well himself. It's just these two players that have been holding up for this map. Not sure if that's individual skill or the position that they're playing in, but either way, great performance from them. You do have 3 players from this T side holding towards A now, but the bomb's at B. No one's really doing anything on the T side to signify a push. Even the CT's a little bit confused. I think they're holding for that boredom push where the CT just says, screw it, I'm going for it. But as I say that, the molly goes out into drop down. They're peeking it now, gonna drop down any minute now. See what they do, if they can get a few kills as they push onto the A site now.
Frost Misty, nice and close, is going to be a real linchpin in this round. And actually, it's a complete fallback. They're elected to go B right now. There's a lot of information gained just from Giggs grabbing position, but I think he's going to spot out Sis. Sis will find that kill though up in tree. They should know that boost is coming in. They get a nice flash. Counter flash is coming in. He's going to allow Rose to peek out, get 1 kill. This still flashed up there on Plat. Oh, but Nitz is going to save his buddy. They just got another entry frag as well, but it is still man advantage, and the health is so poor right now for Alpha Red. Very low, and they are both going to fall. Eeyore and Boozen grabbing the kills. Recca grabbing in their 13th round.
Yeah, that went pretty cleanly on that B site holding up, and that boost spot was pretty brutal. Taking out Giggs in a massive surprise, and it's a bit of a bastard of a angle to peak when you're trying to push out onto the site. You do have full rifles on the CT side. The 1 UMP on the T side may rolls, but I doubt it'll be too much of a disadvantage if he plays his cards right. So he's just going to run straight onto site and try to get a kill. He's walked straight past Supersys. He didn't even see him. He's walked straight past him, and now he's got an angle onto Rosal. Takes him down, but he gets traded by Supersys run coming out from drop down.
Nitz hitting some really nice shots, though, brings us back to a 2v2. Yes, he is low health, but it doesn't really matter. Eeyore's going to be the guy starting to move forward. I don't actually want to get this plant down, and Eeyore should be able to deny this when they do elect to stick it, if they do.
Oh, he's going to spot out Vita really nicely there. Didn't even give him a chance to take a shot. His net 7 health, going to push around the corner, and Eeyore, just a 1 body shot's going to finish him off. That's going to make it 14-9. Going the way of Recca for the second map of this best of 3.
Eeyore going absolutely massive. Again, I talked kind of ill of him at the beginning. He wasn't hitting anything. Now he seems to be hitting everything. That was a lovely 4K for him there. Just managed to pick off with a lovely headshot on the guy trying to plant the bomb, just turning in the corner, clearing angles. Just very strong job from him. Has got them back in the driver's seat, getting set. The potential will close this out as they are looking to pick up what will set them up for match point. Just what could be the penultimate round of this game.
Yeah, those two CZs being the clear disadvantage for the T side. Nice pop flash there. Didn't even know those windows were there to peek onto A long. Not going to be anyone close to use those CZs on. Vita's waiting for the trade. Bowser's going to peek him and get taken down, and Frost Misty isn't going to get a kill in that sneaky little spot, as they're now pushing out onto the A site. Just the 1 player left holding it from CT. Does get 1 kill, gets the 2. That's Supersys holding the site, not giving any ground. It's now a 2v2. Kills from him. He's low on health, but he's got the support now. He's taking down 1 Nets, pushing up to that armored car, but Rosa gets a trade. 1v1 now. Nets doesn't have bomb, and he has to push through the open to get it. He nades himself a little bit there, but a great shot from him onto Rosa. UMP beating out the M4 there at door. Great kill from him to close out that round.
So here's the real smart play from Nitz in that. He had the UMP, so rather than go and try and get plant, as soon as that vent was broken, he knew exactly where the CT player was. He was somewhere around that Belk area. So what does he do with the UMP? He plays super tight to him, gets him into a spot that he's going to do a lot of damage with a headshot if he hits it. So he gets in close. There is a little bit of damage on the player. He just hits a headshot, calls it a day at close range rather than trying to take a long range duel against an AK or an M4.
These stacks for the entire series have been really unfortunate. I mean, B site's been stacked by Recca, and guess who's not going to B site? That's Alpha Red, just not showing any sort of aggression as they smoke off drop down now. Net's getting a kill into Frost Misty in mid there. It's gonna begin the end. Actually, Eeyore and Bowser are going to get their own kills. That's going to make it a 4v3. Is he going to try and boost to grab a rifle quickly from drop down? Players confused about who's going to jump on top of whose head as T's grabbing A control now, turning it into a full retake for Recca. We'll see if they can get it done.
That was really unfortunate for Eeyore. He recovered the gun, but he didn't elect to run, keep running because Bob was just down. He could have discovered that, shut this entire round down. As such, Bomb is down. Mariels finds the first kill onto Rose. It is a 3v3, but there's only armor on Boozin, and they're just getting mowed down right now. Mariels with the Galil popping off, grabbing 3.
That was super smart peeking from Mayrolls. He's using that tiny concrete pillar and just staying behind it so he can only get shot at by that one player who's shooting at himself. Very intelligent peek, not peeking even the slightest bit too far to get shot at from another player there. 14-11 now. Going the way of Recca. Recca playing with the CZ75s once again, as we've seen multiple times this series. Rifles are abundant on the side of Alpha, on the side of Recca, my bad. So they're going to be holding onto the sites very dearly. They didn't send anyone to B, though. That's a vital mistake, as the T's are now going to have absolute full control.
It's a no harm, no foul around. You put the stack on the wards A ramp. They don't go there. Well, you know, it's kind of unfortunate. But worst case scenario is you just pick up some extra kills, try and walk back in. Like I said, I mean, there's no armor on any of these players. It's just a super cheap investment trying to find some kills. That's a beautiful nade. Rose in a lot of trouble, and the molly should catch him if it spreads. It won't actually spread to him.
Yeah, so I mean,
I gotta watch here is
getting
Boozin,
aggressive.
actually. Look at this. He is wrapping in behind. He could find Merrills, could find some more, but he's actually just gonna sit still. It's too bad he doesn't get a little bit more adventurous, because he finds some free kills with players' backs.
Very easily could, but there is another player coming to join the escaping B players. No, he just turns off at the last second, and he's even got to peek it, and Bowser gets spotted out there. So nothing going to come of what could have potentially been a great player, but at least they can afford that full buy now. The AWP coming out onto Rosal. Another AWP actually going on Bowser. Rifles for the rest versus full rifles and one Galil on Alpha Red for this round.
So Bowser's going to be sitting A along with the AWP. He's actually looking to go a bit more passive. Rose is the one with the AWP on B. That's where, again, the point of contact's coming in. They haven't really put an AWP here, so this could be so huge, but it's a very fast play, and the AWP finds one shot quickly, looking for more. Can he stay alive? No, he's going to fall, as does the start of the B site. But Super Assist is once again sitting super close to that smoke. I'm not sure they expect them to be there. His Flash 2 is going to give a bit away. There's also Eeyore on site. Frost Missy's at Rock.
Nets is actually going to pick up Bowser, who's trying to rotate back to watch mid. He was waiting in mid for a really long time. He managed to go back at the right time to pick up that AWP player. Super Sis and Frost Misty are going to get cleaned up there. Alpha taking another round. Very nice comeback from them. Won the last 4 rounds themselves. And actually, I mean, they lost 2 intermittently rounds 7 and 8, but then 3 rounds before that one after starting this half a bit shakily. It's a bit of a comeback coming from the side of Alpha Red.
So the big player in that round was Nitz. He was the guy on the flank. He was just lurking A site, managed to catch Boozin, and then as he goes through, he manages to actually pick up a player through connector sitting at Rock. So we got 2 kills off a massive lurk, and that easily won the round for Recca. And oh my, 789 with that nade is gonna do so much damage. Drop Super Sis down to 30, Eeyore down to 70. Rough spot for both of those CT side players.
Look at the money on the side, on the T side right now. So much cash to go around. 10 grand on Nits right now. And they all have guns themselves. So even if the CTs do win a couple of rounds, it's going to be a while before Alpha Red are going to be in dire straits for money. They are pushing into mid now. CTs have read it clearly. They're got all their players on A site now. Bowser's going to get taken down in danger. He had a good position, but couldn't make any kills with it. Rosal, good shots from it. In the top of the mid, takes down Vita. Frostmas is going to get a kill for himself, taking down that 789. Going to trade for Frostmas to get Rosal, takes down 789. 3v2 now, as the T's have elected to probably go back and take B control, get that bomb down, turn this into a retake from an execute without any effort whatsoever.
That said, 3 players down. These guns should be recovered when Eeyore and Super Sis decide to get a little bit more adventurous. And I think now that they hear the smoke going down on B, it's exactly what they're due. Now, it's a curious spot. Their money's not ideal. They may elect to go for this, but you'd almost... They wonder if they're going to save, because they don't have a kit. They don't have armor on 2 of these players. And, well, it looks like they are going to go for it. May as well see if we can set up match point.
3v2 is definitely doable if they peek in the right way. I mean, that's just going to make it so easy. Rosal taking out May rolls, just peeking long like it's nothing. He's on a 3k right now. Giggs takes down Super Sis and at CT. He's the last player alive. He doesn't have a kit. He might just stick it. So
oh my god, this is so close!
Oh no, he had less than a second to go on that bomb, but he just got the angle on him. So unfortunate not to get that defuse. He decided to stick it because he didn't have that kit, so painfully close to getting it. As the pause comes through now, Recca deciding what they need to do now that they have the money to buy to stop this comeback from happening.
Yeah, man, oh man, this is going down to the wire. Recca are going to have good money, but they need to do something at A. That is their problem. Merrills and Veda are just running through A long every single round, it feels, getting 2 kills. Doesn't matter. There's nothing that those players can do. They need to change it up somehow. Not sure whether that's sitting more passive on A site, letting them come into you, or what, but they need to do something there.
I wouldn't mind a more aggressive peek in mid. Like, I know they get smoked off a lot of the time, but even just sending an AWP down into mid to take a quick peek, even if you get 1 kill, that's a massive advantage really early off the bat, and then just rotate straight back out and let them come to you, like you said. 2 AWPs on the CT side. Could happen, like I said, but as I say that, 2 T players only going towards A as the bomb is going to be moving quickly towards B.
This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Frost, Misty, and Boozin playing a lot more passive on A. Yeah, the A long pressure is still being gained, but it gives their team so much more of a chance rather than them just dying super early and falling back.
Setting up for smokes down A, possibly going for some sort of fake. May rolls and Veda just pushing onto the site now. He's going to get AWP straight away by Bowser. And Vader backs up, but Bowser's going to get aggressive and take the second peek. Picks up Vader as well. That's 2 picks for him. Really easy. 789 takes down Rosal. Eeyore's going to pick up him as a trade, though. Super Sis getting that final kill to close out the round. Recca, net point.
And you see what the difference was that round? They played more passive. Yeah, the fake came in. Yeah, they burned a little bit of utility, but they managed to find the kills. They finally won that duel against Merrills and Beta. Allowed them to have a 3v3 on the B bomb site. They won it out. And now Recca is on match point 15-14 right now. The buys are strong for both sides. Who will win? Will we be forced to overtime and potentially Mirage? Or is it going to be Recca taking this one 16-14 in the series 2-0?
And it's all up in the air right now. It's because of this first kill as well. 3 players in mid for this round, but there's also 3 players from the CTs holding a site. They do have their double AWP set up. So opening kills definitely advantageous towards the CTs, as Giggs is going to extinguish that molly and push straight out onto A site. B site gets taken down by Rosal. That's the opener. AWP being very effective now as T players moving more towards A. Mollies and smokes and drop down. Vita's getting aggressive. Misses the shot, and Rosal's just going to clean him up just like that. That's 2 players down. Man advantage going the way for Recca. But dire is all 3 T players are in the same spot. A-Rolls gets legged there. He's getting a little bit of damage onto Rosal. 789's actually just walked straight out of drop, and I don't think anyone knows about it. Eeyore peeks around the corner and gets a bit. Mayrolls picks up Rosal on long, and now it's a 2v2. It's been turned around so quickly.
Bozen is this huge player right now, and he's going to eat that flash. It's going to allow Mayrolls to get into sight. Now, with Nits playing super close, I'm not sure Super Sis is going to be ready for that. Nades are coming in, and Mayrolls is actually quite low. That could do a lot, but it actually only does 6, and Boozin reading that perfectly finds the peak. They know he's on tight. This should be winnable, and of course, Boozin finds the kill. It's going to be 16-14. Recca stealing this map, stealing this series 2-0. Beautiful play by them.
I mean, that was actually kind of funny because Alpha Red put up a better defense on Recca's map pick than they did on their own. I mean, I would say that was definitely a much closer game. Very entertaining CS to watch. Really, like you said, came down to the wire in almost every round, except for that last one. Just a bit of a dominant performance. But Yeah, definitely. Recca is showing great plays and shutting down the other team, especially just at the end of their comeback there after that timeout. They must have come up with something to say because it worked.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of it comes down to that A-hold. Because, like, every round you sort of saw that Veda and Merrills were getting a lot more pressure up A-long. They were just getting a lot of reads. Even if they weren't getting kills, they were putting up enough pressure that it was holding rotates, and a lot of the time they were getting kills. So what wound up happening is, Recca eventually they decided to slow it up. Their B hold held true, and they weren't bleeding their rotators. So that allowed their rotators to come in here in the last round as well, close it out, and close out the series 16-14, 2-0 on Maps.
Yeah, like I'll say again, that was some great CS to watch. I really enjoyed that. Great players from Southeast Asia ESL Pro League there. Once again, Alpha Red versus Recca. Recca winning it 2-0.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. I've been at Dreamboat Casts on Twitter. GBJ, I believe you are at GeorgeBasilJ on Twitter. We're trying out here doing casting. We love it, and we would appreciate the support. Of course, you can follow CappingTV to get more ESL Pro League Asia Pacific action here coming down the tube. I'm not too sure what the next scheduled game is, but you'll definitely want to stay tuned, because if the CS is as good as that was, it's definitely going to be entertaining. Anything to say, GBA, before we call it a night?
It was very, very fun to watch. I gotta say it again. That was great. I'll see you guys later.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.